Bueno, gente, bienvenidos a todos. Estamos aquí con un directo de... Bueno, voy a empezar el Red Dead Redemption, el primero. Y más adelante, pues, subiré o sea, jugaré el segundo. Y nada, dicho esto, vamos allá. En normal. Crear nueva partida. Este juego tiene una función de autoguardado que se usa por defecto. Se puede desactivar en cualquier momento. Vale. Vale, estamos en un barco. Y está todo el mundo bajando. Vale, niño vendiendo. Cállate, niño. Vale. Este era John, el de... No me sale. El del Red Dead 2, ¿no? El John Marston. Blackwater. También te digo, la banda sonora, de momento, temazo.
For one, am grateful, Mrs. Bush, that they are finally bringing civilization to this savage land.
I could not agree with you more, my dear.
Por
My
la
dad
cara todo.
settled this land, and I know he'll be looking down on us, pleased at how we helped the natives.
Yes, they've lost their land, but they've gained access to heaven.
But Father, do you mean unless an innocent receives communion, they're destined to go to hell? It hardly seems fair.
What I mean to
¿Por qué no
say,
lo es?
Jenny, is that there is a great deal of difference between an innocent and a savage.
I never thought of it that way.
Yes, they lived like animals, but they're happier now.
Bueno, un poco como salvajes, sí que viven. Para que mentir.
Not only do people now have motor cars, Father, but I heard that pretty soon we will be able to fly.
No, only angels can fly, Jenny.
No, apparently people can fly. Didn't you hear? Out in Kansas, a man even got a car to fly.
I hardly think so, Jenny.
Apparently, Mr. Johns wants to run for governor, which is why he's so concerned with cleaning up the state.
Nate Johns.
Yes.
His family is nothing but hillbilly trash that came here after the war. I don't want to be judgmental, but this state should not be ruled by such a disgusting family. A family without class.
Apparently,
Qué mala persona.
John's family have
Yo la
made a
mataba ya.
lot of money, and he has a lot of friends in politics.
Mrs. Bush, money isn't everything. There are many
Eso es
things
verdad.
that money cannot buy.
It seems that money can buy voters, though.
Vale. Qué mala persona. Bueno, también
What you must remember,
ha
my dear, is
resumido
that we
lo
have
que
been
viene
brought here
siendo
to spread the word.
la actualidad.
And the word and civilization, they are the same thing. They are the gifts. It is the opportunity we have, the chance to live among people who are decent and who do not kill each other, and who let you worship in peace.
It's so confusing, Father. Sometimes I find it impossible to make the distinction between a loving act and a hateful one. I mean, they often seem to be the same thing.
Yes, Jenny, it is
Pero
confusing.
no, es
But you
depende de
only
la
have to ask
intención.
me if you need help.
Indeed.
Well, here we are, Mrs.
Bien, aquí
Bush.
estamos.
Armadillo.
O sea que México. Usa L para caminar, R para mirar a tu alrededor. Vale. Para sprintar. No lo he pasado. El punto del mapa indica un objetivo a la misión. Vale.
Marston! Mr. Marston, over here! You must be John Marston.
Sometimes.
I'm Jake. Your friends from
Oh, that's
Blackwater hired me to guide you.
They ain't my friends, but pleased to meet you, Jake.
I got the horses saddled up and ready out front.
Hola. Qué bien todo. Siga Chuck hasta los caballos. O sea que ahora me van a enseñar cómo utilizar los caballos y todo eso.
You ain't gonna find sturdier horses than these in all of New Office.
Things aren't what they were.
Take it easy until we're out of town. Ain't no point in causing a ruckus.
Acompaña a Jake a Fort Mercer. Vale. Adiós, tren.
Oh, it's Fort Mercy you want to visit?
That's right.
Ain't taking nobody up to the fort in a long time. Strange place for a decent fella to want to visit, if you don't mind me saying.
Who said I was a decent fella?
It's been abandoned for years now. Folks say it was built during the Mexican War. What kinds of soldiers around back then?
Why'd they leave?
Well, I ain't entirely sure. I heard they had to go up north to fight Indians, or maybe they got tired of being soldiers and went looking for gold. You know how things is. So what are you
Sí, la
doing
tierra
up
de
at the
las
fort?
oportunidades y todo eso.
Well, like I said, you ain't gonna find many folk around those parts these days. Those you do find are about as sociable as an ulcerated back tooth. I mean, I ain't one to judge a man by the company he keeps, but...
Well, he ain't been friends for a long time.
Es verdad.
Are you planning on spending any time in Armadillo, Mr. Marston?
I doubt it. I ain't planning on staying very long.
Well, if you're fixing for
de
some
momento.
female company, you can do a lot worse than Armadillo. Fine
Hala.
as cream gravy they are. Not like Thieves Landing. Dang, those girls ain't even fit for a drinking man to hole up with.
I'm a married man, I'm afraid.
Ain't we all?
Qué mala persona. Rockstar cuando no le tenía miedo al éxito. ¿Vale?
Yeah. So it was the marshal who hired me. Lee Johnson, do you know him?
I think I heard his name.
Says he got a telegram from some Blackwater big bugs asking for a guide. I guess it's none of my business.
That's right.
Eso es.
You ain't very talkative, are you?
Nope.
I'm just chewing the dog, mister. It's how I am. I don't mean nothing by it.
Trust me. There's things you're better off not knowing.
Porque, bueno, luego lo sabremos en el reto segundo.
I'll tell you, Mr. Marston, those coyotes eat better than I do. Not far now. You'll see the fort when you get to the top of this hill.
Fort Mercer.
Listen, mister. This here's what's left of Fort Mercer. Some gang rode in and took the place over.
So I understand.
This is where we part ways, friend. You have yourself a good time.
Acércate a Fort Mercer. ¿Vale?
Let's go.
Pues ya estaríamos.
Bill!
Hola,
Bill,
Bill.
I've come for you!
Hola.
Bill Williamson! Come out here right now!
Go away now, John. Don't
Hola.
make me kill you.
Nobody needs to kill anyone, Bill.
You must think I was born yesterday.
Un
You
poco.
always did think I was an idiot.
That ain't
¿Por
fair,
qué lo
Bill.
eres?
You were as my brother. I've come to try to save you.
Oh. Do I look like I need saving?
Bill, please. They want to kill us all. I can help you.
¿Quién quiere mataros a todos?
You never tried to save me before. You only seemed to save yourself.
Bill, I implore you think about this.
You implore me? You implore me.
Sí.
You always were one for
Vamos a escoger.
fancy words. Oh. Well, things are different now, John. Now I'm in charge. No more Dutch. And no more you.
Hola, qué fuerte.
Implores. I implores you to go back and tell them to send someone just a little bit more impressive next time.
Well,
Oh. Poor John.
Vale. Esto va a ser tipo el God of War 3. Venganza pura y dura. ¿Verdad? Hola, y nos vienen al rescate. Putos amos. Nuevos amigos, viejos problemas. Viejos problemas.
Well, you're alive.
So it would seem.
So, how do you feel?
I don't know the polite word for it.
I do. Stupid is the word we use around here. What were you doing?
I was doing something stupid.
Well, you'll be okay. Once you didn't die, the doctor said you'd be fine. He got the bullets out a couple days ago.
Good.
It cost us $15.
Hostia.
I'm sorry, madam.
15
Should have
euros.
left me there
Ni
to
tan mal.
die.
Did you want to die? I mean, was that it? Was that why you went straight out to Fort Mercer and picked a fight with the worst bandit in the county? To die, Mr.
Mr. Marston. John Marston.
Bonnie McFarlane. Miss
Vale,
Bonnie
pues te
McFarlane.
pareces a
Well, you may be
Abigail.
right, Miss McFarlane. I don't know.
Era la del
So what were you
Red
doing?
Was trying to give Mr. Williamson a chance. For old time's sake.
You know Bill Williamson?
Knew him. Long time ago.
Well, what was he like?
Dumb.
Just like you.
Un poco.
Thank you, miss. See my hat?
I have. And, what will you do now?
Now I'm gonna take my time and go after him the less kind way.
Well, that sounds very fun, Mr. Marston. Quite heroic, just like in those penny dreadfuls my brother used to read. Meanwhile, if you'll excuse me, I've got a ranch to run. Of course, if you're feeling better, why not take a ride with me later? Help me patrol the perimeter. You can earn back some of that money we wasted on doctor's bills.
Of course.
De verdad.
And thank you for saving my life, I mean.
Next time, Mr. Marston, I strongly recommend you don't try to lose it quite so earnestly.
I'll bear that in mind.
Reúnete con Bonnie. Vale. Otra vez el tren.
Mr. Marston, back in the land of the living, I see.
Figured it's about time I started paying back that $15.
I sure can use an extra pair of hands around here. Let's see if we can get you back in the saddle.
Camina con Bonnie. Vale. A ver, ahora tendrás espacio para salir. Así que no te puedes chocar.
There's the foreman's office. It's also where we lock up good-for-nothing outlaws, such as yourself.
I'm happy enough with my current quarters right now, Miss McFarlane.
I picked out a fine horse for you. Come on, then. I'll show you around the property.
Vale.
To your right is the general store. You won't find Parisian high fashion, but it's good for the essentials.
Very convenient. I don't think I've ever seen a ranch with its own store before.
Es verdad.
Come on.
And here's the corral. This one's for the horses. What do you think?
I'm no expert, but it certainly looks like a fine corral.
I suspect you've stolen more horses than you've broken.
Now, where'd you get such an idea?
First impressions are hard to erase.
Hola. A ver, razón no le falta.
That's the train station. finally got finished, bringing in all sorts of new folk like yourself.
Is that such a bad thing?
Change is only good when it makes things better.
Es verdad. Cuánta razón.
That's the barn over there. Paul built it himself when I was just a little girl. And here we are, back at the house. Let's stop for a while before we head out on patrol.
You'll get no complaints from me, Miss McFarland.
How are you today? What in God's name? What are you waiting for? Come on, I don't bite.
Vale.
How about a cold drink, Mr. Marston?
Thank you, ma'am. Getting shot, then riding a horse seems to take it out of you. I could use a rest.
Sure. Come on in. I'll show you the house, and then you can sit for a while.
Thank you.
Mr. Marston.
Miss McFarland.
Remember me telling you about the trouble we've been having with rustlers and other undesirables?
I do.
Will you help me keep watch on the property line this evening?
Sure.
I want to see just who is trespassing on our land.
This is a fine weapon.
Come, let's head out. The country is really beautiful at around this time. Ready, Mr. Marston? Let's mount up and patrol the ranch.
Súbete al caballo. Vale.
Right, follow me. Keep your eyes peeled for anything suspicious.
Acompaña a Bonnie.
Come on!
Thank you, Mr. Marston. I feel a lot happier someone's along with me.
I feel a lot happier now I got a rifle.
Well, with your trigger itch and my feminine intuition, we should make quite a team.
Es verdad.
Look, those damn rabbits are at the crops again. Get down and give me a hand, will you? Whoa there! Come on, then. Time to put that bloodlust of yours to good use. Got one!
Una menos. Vale, cuadrado para saltar.
We should keep moving. There's still a ways to go. If it's not the rustlers stealing our cattle, it's the rabbits stealing our crop.
It ain't never easy living off the land like this. Maybe you should move to a big city. Become a lady of leisure.
Yeah! Was that a coyote? Get those pests before they scare the livestock. Easy now.
Go!
¿Dónde están?
Nice shot.
Una menos. Una menos.
Quick.
Come on!
Damn coyote. Got one.
Yeah!
Vale, solo queda uno. Y ya está.
Looks like that was the last of the coyotes. Just a shame we had to lose any of the chickens. Come on, I'll show you the way to your room. Come on, boy.
Vale, os venís hacia aquí.
You know, you can actually handle a rifle.
It's something I've had a little experience in.
Maybe Bill Williamson did get lucky after all.
Luck didn't really come into it, miss.
You're a useful man to have around the ranch, that's for sure. But don't think I've forgotten what brought you here. We'll do whatever we can to help you.
I sure appreciate that, Miss McFarland.
This is you, Mr. Marston.
Hala, para mí.
Thank you
Aparcado.
for your help, Mr. Marston. Makes me kind of happy I saved your life. Get some sleep and I will see you in the morning.
Good night, Miss McFarland.
Passengers on that last train through here said they seen that cougar not far outside the ranch. A beautiful wife is no
Vale.
guarantee of a full
También puedes coger munición del baúl. Vale.
await delivery of a new variety of bone saw. Oh, yeah? Best excuse me, I'm not
Algunos personajes te facilitarán información valiosa sobre tu entorno.
I believe the town
Vale.
of Blackwater would benefit from some kind of parade.
Ah, puedo cambiarte de atuendo. De caballero. Asesino letal. No he descubierto. Hala. Gana un total de $1000 en apuestas. Compra o vende objetos en cada armería.
Hello, sir.
Vale. Pues. Puedes ayudar en la patrulla de McFarlane Ranch. Vale, aquí estamos.
Follow Charlie. He's a good one to sniff out trouble. Stick next to the dog, mister.
Vale. Tengo que seguir al perro. ¿Por qué no? ¿Dónde coño va? Vale. Hola.
What do you hear?
Detén la pelea, ¿vale?
He's so feeble you couldn't probably.
¿Vale? ¿Cómo coño lo hago?
Give me your best shot. Oh, hell no!
You don't want to do this, my friend!
Recompensa.
You damn fool!
Thank you, kind.
¿Vale? Vale, supongo que ahora Bonnie tendrá otra misión. Vale, pues ahora a dormir. Y ya volveré otro día. Bueno, otro día no, cuando me despierte. Supongo que lo de cambiar la hora, bueno, lo de dormir será cuando guardas partida y todo eso. Supongo yo. Obstáculos en el camino. Vale. Hola.
Oh, Mr. Marston. How are you doing today?
I'm well, Miss McFarland. Thank you. How are you?
Well, I'm fine. Thank you. So, how are your ribs?
Fine. A little sore, but apart from a couple extra scars, it'll be as nothing happened.
Good. Come in, come in. You know, you never did tell me how you met that Bill Williamson or what you wanted from him.
No, miss, I did not.
Well, why not, if you don't mind me asking?
I certainly don't mind you asking if you don't mind me not telling. See, it's a complicated and somewhat pathetic tale, and by telling you, not only would I be putting your life in danger, but also threatening the lives of some people that I hold very dear.
Well, I apologize if I seem to be prying.
And I apologize for my reticence. Hope you believe me when I say that it's simply out of respect for you.
Of course, Mr. Marston. I understand that a city dweller such as yourself likes to have some exotic secrets, so us country folk are impressed.
I'm no city man, miss.
Yeah, but I saw you get on the train at Blackwater. You with those gentlemen in bowler hats?
I'm still no city man.
But I bet you can't ride, Mr. Marston.
I hate to take money from a lady, miss.
Oh, you won't be. I'll race you right now.
If it makes you happy.
We'll see.
All right, I'll show you how we ride around these parts. Whoa!
Vale, súbete al caballo.
Come on.
On the count of three.
Vale.
3, 2, 1, go! I trust you're not gonna be a gentleman about this.
You don't know me at all, Miss McFarland.
Hola.
Let's go.
Hola. ¿De qué se asusta?
Come on.
Pero coño,
Son of a bitch.
no te asustes.
Come on.
Ay, ahora no bajarán, ¿no? Jódete. Pero ahora, ¿por qué? Coño. El puto jabalí dando por culo. Vale. Vale, será por lo de al lado, la resistencia, lo que sería resistencia del caballo y todo eso, ¿no? Eso sí, los saltos de 15 metros son impresionantes. No, no lo gano.
Let's go.
Vale, pues ya estamos, ¿no? He perdido de mala manera.
That was fun.
Sure.
You know, you should go pay the marshal a visit in Armadillo sometime. I'm sure he could help you deal with that nice Mr. Williamson.
Yeah, I might just do that, Miss McFarland.
You do whatever you think's best, Mr. Marston.
Vale, ahora tengo las misiones la misión de Bonnie y la de el otro.
Oh, Mr. Marston, how are you?
Good, Miss
De puta
McFarland. How are
madre.
you?
I'm well. Would you mind riding with me to Armadillo? I've got to get some supplies and I could do with the company.
Of course.
You
Sin
can take the
problema.
reins. It wouldn't do for a terrifying bounty hunter such as yourself to be seen driven around by a woman. Hop on up, Mr. Marston.
al otro
If you
lado.
don't mind, I'd really like to get moving.
Es verdad.
You're looking much better, considering you were almost buzzard food a couple days ago.
I have you to thank for that, miss.
So do tell me, have you needlessly risked your life since we last spoke?
No, miss, I have not.
Well, that's a relief. Perhaps there's hope for you yet.
I wouldn't bet on it.
Oh, there's always hope, Mr. Marston. You can't be a rancher in this kind of country if you don't believe that.
An admirable attitude, miss.
I suppose so. I can't think of any other way to stay sane, to be frank. What about you? Have you ever given up hope altogether?
Hope hasn't really entered into it. It's not really something I think about.
A peculiar outlook. I can't really say I understand you.
I can't always say I do either.
Oh, don't be so deliberately enigmatic.
I'm not, miss.
Yes, you are. You are being deliberately obscure as a substitute for having a personality.
I just know there are two theories to arguing with women, and neither one works.
I'm not even going to dignify that gibberish with a response. Slow down! Armadillo isn't going anywhere.
Ahora, y se queja.
I
Ayudo y
think
se
it's kind
queja.
of funny I found you dying on the side of the road and now you're driving me into town.
You have a strange sense of humor.
Well, you must admit, it's an unusual start to a friendship.
I didn't realize we were friends, Miss McFarland.
Oh, please. Now who's being funny? Listen, I know that business with Williamson is your business, but I don't know. You've been good to us, and I don't think you're a bad man. A little stupid, perhaps, but not rotten. I just worry about you gallivanting around these parts like you're some kind of deranged bounty hunter. Like Paul always says, don't go waking snakes.
I appreciate your concern for us lesser mortals, Miss McFarland. I really do. And if there was any other way out, I'd take it. I can assure you of that.
Soy espíritus.
You never did tell me where you live.
I have a small holding up in Great Plains.
A farmer? Yeah, and I'm the Queen of England. And at what point during your day of hunting down outlaws do you find time to raise chickens?
Only been at it 3 years or so. I guess I'm kind of new to it.
You're telling me? So who's looking after this farm of yours right now?
Uncle. Well, he's not my uncle, as far as I know. Just an old dog who's as lazy as a lizard on a hot day. The kind of fella laboring under the delusion that age brings wisdom.
Sounds like the perfect person to leave in charge of your entire livelihood. So this is Armadillo. Manhattan it is not, but it does okay for us. Most important thing for you right now is getting yourself into Dr. Johnson's office to purchase some medicine. The first one's on me.
Thank you, miss. I'll pay you back.
I'm sure you shall. The doc's a good fellow. He saved your life, so be polite to him. Meet me in front of the general store when you're done.
Howdy. Well, I tell you, I've been killing outlaws like I've been swatting flies.
I hope they get that new telegraph thing.
Why are you always talking about this person and that person? Bye now.
Bye, then.
How do you do, mister? Well, hello
Vale.
Why, hello there.
Pues vamos, ¿no?
I tell you, that preacher's as full of wind as a hawk with a collar. Balderdash. What about enough of your
How can I help you?
One of them railroad big bugs that a
How are you, mister?
You need something for that gout? Any meds, laudanum, adrenaline, or pills, you come see me.
Thank you kindly.
Well, thanks for driving me. It was nice to be able to enjoy the view for once, and a little company never hurts now and again.
You're more than welcome, miss. Least I can do. Thank you for the medicine.
Why don't you have a look around Armadillo? You can always take a stagecoach back to the ranch later.
I might just do that. Travel safely, miss.
Try not to get yourself shot. I won't be around to save you this time.
Irte de... Ahora puedes ir al póker en varios lugares. Ay, pues allí que voy.
Hey, come on.
Ay, póker. Quiero probar. A ver cómo es. Hala.
Southwestern Railroad Company is just a front for the Jews to run the
Hala.
country, you know?
Hell if that ain't true.
Remember the miracle. Heed the warning. Repent.
A ver si puedo...
Why, hello.
You need something for that gout?
Thanks.
How are you? Good to see you again.
Hey, you, the chicken-headed guy, come over here.
Full of wind as a hog man gets more bold. Folks to the board of the town. I ain't got time for this nonsense. Bye now.
You a tough guy, mister? I hope so. We gonna have a showdown.
Vale.
I spent my life proving fools like you wrong.
Has aceptado un duelo, pulsa X para omitir el tutorial. No quiero. Vale. Para desenfundar, pulsa L2. Hala, fatal. Fatal me ha salido la jugada. Mujeres y no sé qué ponía.
Mr. Marston, I've been hearing about your plans.
Have you, Miss McFarland?
Yes, from Lee Johnson. To settle here and build a life for yourself.
I'm afraid those aren't my plans. See, I already have a life. Well, I had one, and I'm trying to reclaim it. Or maybe what you could say is I had two, and I'm trying to end one of them so the other can survive.
You do so love to talk in riddles, Mr. Marston. Do you do that, I wonder, as a substitute for having anything interesting to say?
Probably, Miss McFarland.
Oh, call me Bonnie, you fool. Call me Bonnie.
Vale, Bonnie.
Miss McFarland,
Vale, conejita.
I'm married. I have a son. I had a daughter, but she died. Years before that, I rode in a gang. We robbed banks, trains, held people ransom. We killed people we didn't like. Bill Williamson was in that gang. Now, if I don't capture my former brother in arms, great harm will befall my family. Now, I don't suppose any of this is very interesting to you, but I hope it explains why I wasn't so eager to talk about it.
No, I do understand. I had no idea. You poor man.
Even in this new country, memories don't really fade. My father was an illiterate Scot born on the boat into New York. He never saw his homeland, but to hear him talk about it, you'd imagine he only ever ate haggis and wore a kilt. And he hated the English for what they had done to his great-grandparents that he'd never met. People don't forget. Nothing gets forgiven.
That's true. Especially when it comes to money. And you know, even now, after all his labors, my father's debts are still terrible. I worry every day about us losing the ranch. It would kill him.
My father died when I was 8 years old. His eyes were, well, let's just say he was blinded in a bar fight south of Chicago. My mother died during childbirth. She was a prostitute, and he was her... Well, I don't know what he was. So I was sent off to an orphanage and ran away and fell in with a gang.
My word. What a difficult life you've lived.
The leader of the gang taught me how to read. Taught me how to see all that was good in the world. He was a great man, in a way.
But you killed people.
Sure. And I've suffered for it. And that's the life I left. I tried to leave. Said too much, Bonnie. I'm an uneducated killer, sent here to do all I can do well. Kill a man in cold blood so that another man may do his part to cut crime in an area, and a rich man can be elected governor on the back of these promises.
Civilization is a truly beautiful thing, Mr. Marston. Listen, can you help me?
Well, I can try. What do you need, money?
No, nothing so complicated. I need an extra hand to take out the herd to pasture.
Sure. Point me in the right direction.
Hola, qué bonita conversación.
Budding farmers such as yourself learned how to herd cattle.
Come on.
Thank you for telling me all that back there. It must have been hard for you.
I hope you understand now why I've been playing my cards somewhat close to my chest.
I didn't know you had a wife and child. Then again, I don't think I ever asked. They're lucky to have a man like you.
I ain't so sure about that, but thank you.
How are you, Miss McFarland?
Let's go!
Whoa there!
Colócate detrás del ganado. Vale.
Go, Marston! That's it!
Whoa! Yeah!
Howdy!
Drive them down the road, Mr. Marston! Giddy up!
Que ahora sacas por el camino. A ver. Venga.
Get right at them! Drive it this way! Yeah!
Yeah!
Vale. Entendido. Para ir a la izquierda me pongo a la derecha. Para ir a la derecha me pongo a la izquierda.
Go! He's just
go.
Keep sweeping behind them. That way they'll stay together.
Let's go.
Keep them tight now. Watch for the runner.
Keep them moving.
¿Falta mucho? No.
You're not bad with the herd. Ranching might be your true calling, Mr. Marston. Either that, or you were a cow in a past life.
Thank you, Miss McFarland.
I'll see you later. I have work to do back at the ranch.
Let's hit it.
Come on. Come on.
Yo creo que vale, voy a guardar partida y cerraré directo. Sí, sobreescribir y ya está. Y creo que voy a cerrar ya el directo. Adiós.